Cigar man, I'm a cigar man. Big up, baby, you know I'm smoking. Cigar like a woman, round but not too firm. Even though it's smoking slow, fire'll get you burned. I'm a cigar man. Billy, oh honey, you know you got me smoking. Smoke 'em when they're short, smoke 'em when they're long.
Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Smoking Salads. Tonight, I am your host, John Hill. To my left, we have Nick Woods. Behind the board, we have Bubbles, Dammit, Bob Polinsky. And to my right, we have Dummy Dean. Dummy Dean. Dean, he was not able to join us tonight. I think we destroyed him this weekend on a whiskey competition. Dummy Bob fucked up. Damn it, Bob! We had all our calm voice going, now we're gonna be angry! Have you corrected it? Hold on. Are we up again? Are we back up? Oh. Great. Alright, well, that was fun. Damn it, Bob. So, all nice and relaxed. Now I'm all angry. Hulk smash!
Don't break shit.
So, yes, the sounds of smooth cigar smoking songs by Chuck Adkins. Hope you enjoyed it. Up next, what else can Bubbles, Dammit Bob fuck up for us? Stay tuned and find out. So, tonight, our cigar is the Illusione, and Bob looks really confused. What's the matter, Bob?
Getting pop-ups.
Getting pop-ups.
Yeah.
All right, I may have to step behind the desk. Bob, can you...
Close, but they're not
all right.
close, and it comes right back up to something else.
Technical difficulties.
Right down here. I hit close, but it comes right back up to something else.
Okay, so we're there. Sounds like we're live. We're in the right thingy. Just had to wait for the song to go away. Don't let it happen again. Okay. Bob's taking a little nap right now, but
No worries.
nope. Bob is presenting the cigar and a whiskey tonight, so why don't we go ahead and get started about the cigar. The cigar is the Illusione Cruzado, and Bob, you have the taster notes.
Yes, I do.
So Bob will decide to talk about the taste notes. You wanted some on-air
I'm
time.
gonna say he's feeling neglected.
Huh? Shut up, you.
It's okay, Dummy Dean. You don't have to talk tonight.
He's had too much to drink already. Look at him.
He's so pale. Although his beard and mustache, they rival yours, unfortunately.
Well, he's got a lot more gray in it for sure. So, all right, what are we smoking, Bob?
Well, tonight we're smoking the Cruzado cigar by Illusione Cigars. Cruzado, which means crossed in Spanish, is a prime example of Illusion's commitment to flavor using a Criollo 98 and a Corojo 99 Nicaraguan Longfellers that are blended, then wrapped with the rich Corojo Rosado wrapper. A solid medium to full-bodied cigar with hints of, well, I'm not going to tell you the hints. I'm going to see if these guys can guess.
Okay. So
And that was our commercial break.
welcome back, everybody. I took a deep inhalation of the nose, and I ended up getting the normal barn funk, but a little bit of a coffee tone overall.
I definitely got the coffee tone. This is kind of weird, the fact that we don't have to yell and people can hear us on the other end.
It's amazing. With our normal everyday voice. I talk like this all day long.
Do you really?
No.
I didn't think so.
Okay, so on the first couple of retrohales, definitely one of those coffee sticks again.
Yep.
So I'll call it out before you do, but definitely a coffee stick, some nuttiness and definitely some earthiness to it.
Yeah, I definitely, on the initial smell, I definitely got, whatchamacallit, the barn funk
could just-
with a little bit of sweetness.
Can you leave it on the pot? Can you leave it on the burner?
I definitely got the barn funk, but then the retro, I definitely got some coffee. I got some woody notes, maybe like a pine or something.
It's like a sharp wood. I don't know if it's pine. Maybe it's the pine cone that keeps dropping in your lap.
Turn my mic up.
Well, we may have to talk louder.
Yeah, we might have to talk louder just because Dean's not here, so there's no need to
Nick's mic
compensate.
wasn't turned up.
Oh,
that's
he's
not
trying
very
to shut
helpful
me
at all.
up. I mean, it's not that hard to do. You just have to ask.
That's right. So yeah, lots of earthy flavors as that coffee tone. It's I wouldn't say it's creamy. It's more woody and earthy than a creaminess coming through.
Yeah.
So definitely a different cigar than what we've smoked in the last month or two.
Eric's is also smoking the Illusione, but he's doing the Garagiste. And so is Ryan, who actually posted on YouTube that he's back in Facebook jail.
For what?
Well, I thought Eric's was smoking a Gatorade.
No, Ryan's smoking the Gatorade.
So poor Ryan, Facebooking Zuckerberg. What did he throw you in jail for now? I mean, I almost ended up jail for calling my niece a silly goose. For Christ's sakes. It's going to be one of those things where it's like, welcome to the lame hour where we'll lull you to sleep with our voices and our content because you can't say anything political against the left. You can't say anything against fake news without getting thrown in jail.
Yeah.
So, although we haven't been thrown in jail yet.
No, but I don't think we've actually stretched the.
I think the whole Facebooking Zuckerberg was pretty much directed right at him, and we didn't get thrown in jail. We're just going to have to do a harder job getting thrown in jail.
Just drop all the F-bombs.
Well, I think their censors were laughing.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to start stepping it up a little bit. You're not a real show until you get at least thrown in jail one time, I think.
I would agree. I would agree.
We will work on that. So, so cigar's great. What are we going to pair this with, Bob?
Well, do you want to talk about the taster notes of the cigar?
We did.
Sure. So you got our opinions. What does the manufacturer say about it?
So the manufacturer says the taster notes, you get hints of leather, coffee, oak, a little spice that makes this cigar one of the most complex cigars in the Illusion's profile.
Well, there's that wood that we got. It's just a kind of a spicy kind of oak.
Yeah, and I do get a little bit of the spice on the retro.
So
very little, but it's
not like a
mild.
pepper spice. It's just more like a wood spice of some kind. It's soft, but it's good.
And this cigar is all Nicaraguan.
Oh,
So it's Nicaraguan Puro.
Yeah,
Nice.
It's made in Nicaragua.
Nice.
And its price point's about $10.
So Illusione, they're a DR company, yes?
Honduras.
So Honduras, that's right. So Nicaraguan Puro from a Honduras company. So there we go.
Very nice.
So yeah.
So far, it's a smooth smoke.
Yeah, it's very enjoyable. So I had a nice big steak with some onions and Brussels sprouts, eating right in front of everybody else. They were all drooling, and I'm doing the whole airplane. Not for you. So yeah, this is going really, really, really good with it.
Yeah, this got really tempting to see if I could steal from your food.
So let's grab that bottle. Actually, Bob, could you show the bottle
Well, most certainly.
while we talk about?
We're giving you all the airtime we can now.
I think
'cause
this
Dean's
would-
not here.
This would be really good with like a smoked chicken.
The rye? Or
No,
the
no, no,
cigar?
the cigar.
Oh, yeah, I would agree.
Steak, smoked chicken, basically meats, but fish might be a little overpowering. This is salmon, it'd have to have a bold
Yeah,
sauce on the salmon, but yeah. But let's try the rye whiskey here. I've heard many good things about this whiskey, but I don't remember tasting it.
we did a rye tasting contest about a month ago, and this was one of the drinks that either it was in the lineup or it could have been in the lineup, but it's very good.
Okay, so this runs a little hot.
110 proof.
All right, let's swirly the girly.
Swirly the girly.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Dummy Dean.
Also, Dean, Dummy Dean, thanks for lending me your glass. I know you don't do that very often.
Yeah, that was really nice of him.
Yeah, super nice.
But, I think we do have to talk about maybe why you're having that glass from now on, since the king is dead.
The king
Long
is
live
dead.
the king.
Long live the king.
So we had a whiskey tasting event this weekend, and there was 9 bourbons with a minimal proof of
Like 94.
94, something like that. So they showed us the bottles, they talked a little bit about the bottles, then they gave us 4 samples. And between the nose and the palate and the finish, we had to guess the proof, we had to guess which bottle we were sampling.
The classification, whether it was a wheat or a straight.
Straight rye or, blended, or whether it was a finished barrel.
Right.
Those kinds of things. So we all did our best, and the noted expert here on the show, Dummy Dean, finished dead last.
With no points.
Now, what's amazing is Nick is fairly new at all of this stuff, and he won the first time they did this little kind of a whiskey contest.
By 1 point.
Slightly different, right?
Yeah,
But
a little different than what we
different
did.
whiskeys, and Nick pulls out and wins again. So Nick is now our resident expert, and Dean's just going to have to shut his pie hole. Thank you.
I mean, okay, so to be fair, I guessed the bottles correctly. I did not get the proofs right. I'm pretty sure I didn't get any of the taster notes right. But, I mean, the fact that because if I hadn't gotten that last bottle, Eric's would have won. Oh, no, I think it would have been a tie. I think it would have been a tie between Chris and Eric's. The fact that Chris, by the way, hi, Chris Wilson.
Hi, Chris Wilson.
I feel like Chris and Eric's would have tied, which means that Chris did better than Dean.
And Chris doesn't drink.
And Chris doesn't drink.
Yeah, that's the best part about it. I finished somewhere in the middle. I've never said I'm an expert. There is no wrong tasting notes. You taste what you taste. But yeah, it's a very hard game when you haven't had the whiskeys, or if you haven't had them in a long time. And so with bourbons, because they're all bourbons, they all have that general characteristic, that vanilla-y kind of brown sugary
Right.
kind of charring kind of a aroma, and then they have distinct characteristics from there.
Right.
So, but those things are the first things that come out. So we had 30 seconds to nose it.
Yep.
Basically 30 seconds to write our notes, and then we had 1 minute to
Taste it and figure out all the info.
Yeah, and let it sit on your palate and take your notes. But then we had a second round after that.
We
of
had
the same
three.
ones,
We
right?
had 3 total rounds. It was it was 1 round per drink, but each round was divided into 30-second noses and note taking, and then I think it was about a minute for tasting it and figuring out your things. I think he did 1 more minute at the end of it.
He did. I don't.
But yeah, we had out of the 9 only. Hey Dave, I know you're watching. Was it 3 bottles or 4 bottles?
It was 4 bottles.
4 bottles. So yeah, so he did 4.
So we nosed it, and then we tasted it, and during the tasting we were trying to derive the proof, the classifications, and all that stuff. So then the second tasting was trying to figure out what bottle it was.
Yes, and then and then there was a third one where he just wanted to know which one was our favorite.
Yeah. So I mean, we all had a fairly clear favorite.
The clear bottom of the barrel was that Four Roses single barrel.
Yeah, none of us really enjoyed that much. What were we smoking?
Eric's, you'll probably remember that since you supplied the stick. What stick were we smoking on Friday?
So while he says that, what do you get on the nose? Runs a little hot, so it's kind of, the wind keeps blowing it in my face.
I'm getting vanilla. I'm getting a little bit of caramel.
Yep. A lot of rye spice, that wood, that oaky wood spice.
Yeah, I was thinking I was thinking actually more like a cherry wood, something that you would put on a grill.
Yeah, but that wood spice, that'll be interesting to pair it with a cigar because both of them have a wood spice to it. I wonder if they'll compete against each other, or I wonder if they're gonna complement each other.
Right.
So, yep. All right, so we got a straggler coming in. Hey, Craig. Craig is not doing so well with his magic tricks anymore. So since the camera caught him coming in, so
magician
back to practice. So all right,
COVID. So it's because of COVID.
On the palate, on the tasting, I definitely got some more spice, vanilla. That oak spice comes through again. There is a fruitiness to it, but it's on the finish. See if you get any kind of. I can't nail it down to.
I actually got the fruitiness on the front.
Peach, like a toasted peach or a.
Maybe an apricot.
Peach? Yeah, something
not.
It's
something not. It's not super sweet, but it's definitely a sweetness. I actually got a little bit of orange.
On the finish, yeah.
Definitely on the finish, but yeah, the sweetness that I got was on the front.
Mixing with that spice, so it's like a spiced orange.
Yeah.
Spiced orange, kind of like a Grand Marnier kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, let me tell you about the rye.
Okay.
Tonight we're drinking Pikesville Rye Whiskey by
This show has been
Distillery.
This show is sponsored by Pikesville Distillery. It's actually not.
First produced in Maryland in the 1890s, Pikesville Rye was among the rest of the booming Maryland whiskey industry that was shuttered by Prohibition. After Prohibition, Pikesville reemerged as the last standing Maryland rye. Now produced in Kentucky using extra aged barrels, Heaven Hells keeps this historic Maryland mark alive. As you can see, the color is a pale copper.
Yep. I'd call it amber.
Dusty cocoa notes with oaky smell underneath.
Okay.
Yeah, and when I do the whiskey first in the cigar, that peachy apricot-y thing really comes through. So take a little bit. Now I'm going to add a little bit of water, just because it is 110. I'm just very curious about just adding a little bit and see what other flavors it kind of opens up.
I got graham cracker.
Graham cracker? Really?
Yeah. Or something toasted. Maybe it's I don't know. There's a smokiness, ironically, because it's a cigar. But
I can tell you why.
Oh, what? Okay, tell me why.
On the taste, you should get a dry and spicy flavor with honeyed rye and cloves.
Probably the clove.
I don't know. Clove on the taste?
That's what they said. The finish is soft vanilla, cinnamon, and baking spices.
Okay, so I guess from the baking spices I could get graham cracker, but
This rye is aged for 6 years. It is 110 proof, and its price point in Oregon is $49.99.
All right, so
All
not
right.
a bad price. It is a good rye.
You're looking at $60 for the two.
Yeah,
That's not a bad price point at all.
good way to spend an evening, or a few evenings, assuming that you're not going to drink the whole bottle by yourself.
That would be
You're just going to have
dangerous.
some friends to share it with.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, Dean?
Well,
Speak up.
Dean doesn't know about that, but he's smoking. He says, a New World, not released yet. It was really good,
No.
what he said, so he's already smoked it.
No, yeah, I was going to say, Dean currently is watching at home with no cigar and no whiskey. He must feel really embarrassed from Friday.
Yep, you staying home, staying out of the limelight.
And to answer the question, Eric said that we were smoking the Gilberto Oliva Reserve Noir. It's
That's a mouthful.
It's a if I remember correctly, it's not released yet, but it will be. So, but that was a very good cigar to have during that event.
This segment brought to you by NPR Radio, where crusty people live and die.
NPR Radio.
You never listened to NPR Radio?
No, I have. But I mean, where people are crusty and they die. What?
Crusty people listen to NPR Radio. I mean, I'm old, not yet crusty, but
I'm not old, and I'm definitely not crusty.
Yeah, you're old soul, though.
Fair. Okay, I can't argue with that.
So I'm willing to bet that most of your friends your age probably don't even have a clue as to what NPR is.
You'd be surprised, actually.
Are they related to Nirvana?
I don't know. No, one of the things that me and my friends like to listen to on NPR is actually Wait, Don't Tell Me. It's kind of like a trivia, science-y news show. And so they bring a bunch of scientists and professors and students and whatever, and they put them on the show. And they've actually done a show in Portland at the Aladdin Theater. And, I mean, they've had Bill Nye on. They had the girl who's actually a doctor. She was on Big Bang Theory.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember her name.
Malik, yeah.
Malik Blalik or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, no, they've actually had those two on, and like they had great
the neuroscientist.
Yes.
Person. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's like NPR at times is very nice. Also, I mean, British accents, bro.
Yeah.
British accents.
They always talk like this. So tell us about your harrowing story. I was scared for my life. No emotion at all.
But you have to remember when they talk, it's just like, tell us about your harrowing story. Well, I don't remember much. Even that much, you're just like, oh, okay, now I'm intrigued because of the accent. It's the accent.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't listen to the shows for the accent. I listen because I get burned out of listening to 10 minutes of commercial and then 5 minutes of an actual song and then another 10 minutes of commercial. So it's crazy. I don't know. Is it me or it seems like the commercials, whether it's on a television program or radio, it's like you turn it on, it's got your number, man. It's going to give you 5 minutes commercials before you even get to hear anything.
I mean, like one of the shows that we had recommended to you to watch, the South Park Pandemic Special. You got really annoyed with it because it was a 35-minute show with 25 minutes of commercials.
Yeah, and so we watched that on Sling. And what Sling does, if you make the mistake of pausing it during a commercial or trying to fast forward it, it just adds more commercials on. So it was like an hour and 15 minutes on a 30-minute show. So that was really frustrating, and so we didn't really watch it. So when it came on later, we recorded it, and then we could fast forward to the commercials. But yeah, that's really maddening. They chase more people away, and we're already paying for your streaming service. So why are you throwing all those commercials at me, you
right?
Jerks.
Well, I mean, like, unless you're Chris Wilson, who has YouTube, what is it, YouTube TV, where you get no commercials when you watch YouTube.
Yeah, well, we've been watching a lot of Kung Fu theater.
Oh, very
lately.
nice.
So yeah, no, but they do have some commercials. Just throw it right in there, but after like 5 seconds, you can skip it. So it's like 5 minutes of Kung Fu, and then right in the middle of an attack, it just goes right into a commercial, and you have to wait 5 seconds and hit it again. So they're not all commercial free, but many of them are.
I do have to ask you, what is the scariest commercial you've seen?
The scariest?
I have mine, but I want to know what your scariest commercial you've ever seen.
I don't get scared by commercials. I dislike them because I think they're stupid.
So the reason why I bring this up, because we're talking about commercials and stuff, and this commercial that always comes to mind when I think of the scariest one is, do you remember the Lunesta commercials?
Yeah.
Okay. Up until very recently, all you would see was this lunar moth fly into somebody's window and land by their pillow, and the person would fall asleep. You would never see them wake up. I was like, I'm not taking that. I don't want to die in my sleep.
That legal speak, may contain diarrhea, may do this, you may die.
Yeah, at the very end, yeah. But and then they changed it, to where like the person is waking up refreshed the next morning. But seriously, up until recently, it was that frickin' lunar moth landed right next to their pillow, and they passed out, and you never see them wake up.
You may experience migraine headaches, diarrhea,
anal leakage.
Anal leakage.
So, what do you think of the cigar and the spirit so far? We're about half. I'd say about a third way through.
Oh, it's very good. It's a good pairing. It does pull out some fruitiness, but it's not, one of those unicorns. But definitely a good pairing. I'm digging it. What about you, Bubbles?
I like it. I think it's a good pairing. I wouldn't call it a unicorn. I'd say it's maybe a gilded stallion or something.
A gilded stallion.
Gilded stallion. So I don't like. There are certain commercials that really are annoying because to me they don't make any sense. Mentos. Anytime that thing comes on, I'm like, I don't get it. Old Navy. It's another one. I'd never walked into an Old Navy store because their commercials are too stupid. Now, if they're funny, then I tend to I'm going to go check that out because it's funny.
Right.
But, funny doesn't impact everybody. But there's just some that it's just, what the hell? Like, all perfume commercials. It's like, was that jeans? Was it a perfume? Was that bra? What the hell was that?
Right.
So I don't know the target audience, but, I mean, I think we've had this conversation before where some of these commercials that you think are completely effing stupid made the company millions and dollars.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they brought so many people in. I'm like, I guess to confuse them, I want to see the full story of what's going on here.
Well, I was gonna say I don't know. I can't remember the company, but it was either Pepsi or Pizza Hut. But the What's Up commercial,
What's up?
that brought revenue in like none other.
Yeah, but to me, that's a funny thing.
Right.
Doesn't make any sense, but it's just three guys just doing that. What was that? Was that a Mountain Dew?
I can't remember. I thought it was like Pepsi or it was Pizza Hut or something. But I have to do this. I have to say something really quick. Dave has been throwing up these amazing jokes, and one of them was, "What's the difference between spinach and boogers?" Dean doesn't eat spinach.
Oh, so it's a Dean joke hour. All right, awesome.
Yeah, I guess.
See, Dean, that's what happens. We get to talk about you when you're not here to defend yourself.
Yeah, maybe he also got a flat tire.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he got a flat tire and he couldn't make it.
Oh, so he was planning not to be here, so no sabotage. But all right, so did you add water to yours?
I did, and it actually opened it up a lot.
Yeah, I mean a lot of other flavors coming through.
I'm actually getting more pronounced oak flavors now. Kind of like something like a piece of wood that's been charred just a little bit.
Yeah. So.
And then I added smoke to it too. Campfire.
Yeah.
Campfire.
Nice. To me that's just too much effort. I just like it the old-fashioned way. Smoke and whiskey in your mouth at the same time.
So Ryan just said that we need to start a campaign to free him from jail. No, Ryan, I don't think we do. I think you deserve to be... If you're in there, you're probably in there for a stupid reason, which is why you were there in the first place.
Ryan, you're going to have to tell us what put you in jail. I mean, the last time he got thrown in jail for something he said on the show.
He called Dean an AJ Fernandez whore.
Got thrown in jail.
And he got thrown in jail for 24 hours. And I think this is his second offense, so he might be in jail for over 24 hours now.
3 days, I think, is your second offense.
Pretty soon, Ryan's not going to have a Facebook.
Well, then you log into YouTube and you can call us whores all you want. So I don't think YouTube throws you in jail, right?
No, I don't think. No, there's not a YouTube jail. You just get canceled.
So yeah, we're on Facebook, but eventually we will be thrown in jail like all of the other viewers who won't be able to watch us on Facebook because it'll be in perpetual.
Yeah, all those other fuckers.
Jail.
All those other fuckers. I mean Zuckers.
Zuckerbergs. So all those other Zuckers, mother Zuckers. So just migrate over to YouTube. All you got to do is just subscribe to the Smoking Salad Show. Speaking of smoking salads. We're sporting some new shirts. We got our
nice little
Smoking
swag.
Salads cigar shirts on.
Yeah.
So anybody interested, let me know. We can get some ordered for you. So they're
very
nice,
very good quality. And Jamie earlier, I had sent a picture to my local herfing group, and Jamie was like, "Hey, can I join the bowling league?" Yes, bowling league, bowling league.
Oh yeah. Well, some of them are bowling shirts. Some of them are racing shirts. Some of them are Cubaveras. So there's all kinds of different styles.
Yeah. So you need to stand up so they can see the logo, dudes.
These are the logos. And it's a split pocket shirt, so you can stick your
cigars
in there. So
or anything else you want to stick in there.
Anything else you want to stick in there.
Dave Babcock is on a roll. How can you tell Ryan's acne is really starting to get out of hand? The blinds start reading his face.
Yeah, it's an old joke.
No, but still, it's good. It's good.
So I guess it's joke night tonight.
Apparently.
So yeah.
Well, I mean, our residential non-expert Joker is not here, so we have to make fun of him somehow.
That's right. Well, that was a Ryan
Dave,
joke,
keep the
though,
jokes coming. They're amazing.
Gotta be making fun of Dean. So,
Ooh.
you know,
Ooh.
normally when we're sitting around, I must need a little more cigar and alcohol in me. Normally somebody tells a joke, and then I remember like 10. You know, and then you can spot it off, and somebody else will say one, and I'll remember 10 more, and so on and so forth. So now that we're on the show, I'm like,
Yeah, see, most of the jokes that I have are just like really bad jokes. Like
those are my favorite kind.
Yeah, see, but these are the jokes that if I was to tell them in like not in good company, it would become an awkward silence, a glare, and then a swift kick out the door.
You hear a mic drop.
Yeah.
We kicked off the show.
Yeah.
So that's all right. We can actually just go to Beach Please and just start reading off stuff right from the top.
Oh my gosh, that
that is such a great Facebook. I mean, for those of you that are not on it yet, I highly encourage it. It's just nothing but really disgusting, perverted memes. Not any politics or anything like that. But if you don't like something, be an adult and just skip through the next meme, because reporting them once you've been accepted to the group is just pussy. So, yeah, they do reserve the right to roast you should you do that, and they do. There's been some people it's like, I don't like that comment, and so they immediately get roasted.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and also that's a great group. And then one of the administrators, she has to research all day because it is insane.
So I don't know what happened to my piece of paper. While I'm looking for a piece of paper with all of my upcoming event notes. Is that it?
Well, I think your paper's in there, but while you do that, I'm going to go back and read some of these jokes by Dave because they are just brilliant.
Tell people to share.
There's one you can't read.
Yeah, there's one I can't read, but yeah, make sure you guys that are watching live share this YouTube and Facebook and like it. So Dave, let's see what he got. He goes, "What do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back? A stick." What do you call the soft tissue between a shark's teeth? A slow swimmer.
That's a good one. So, you know, we're a little quiet tonight, but we're actually just in preparation for what's coming in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, we're doing our Hillbilly show. And so you don't want to miss that show. That's going to be
Dean doesn't have to dress up.
Yeah, Dean will just come as himself. So, but it should be a fun and wild time. So we're gonna be dressed up. We're gonna have the appropriate drinks on hand. So that should be a little bit more zany than what we've been doing.
Give me some of that peanutty. I tell you what, give me some of that peanutty.
If you actually want to see us live, away from the normal Smoking Salad studio, we're going to be at a number of different places. On this coming Wednesday, I'm going to be at the Vault in Meridian, Idaho. So Pete Johnson's going to be there with Tatawahe, and Jeff Martinez, formerly the manager for Sellwood here in Portland, Oregon, is actually managing the Vault now, and they're opening up the Patio Cigar Bar. So that's going to be a great time. That's this Wednesday. Coming up in August 28th, Branch Point. We were there just recently. So Branch Point Distillers in Dayton, I keep wanting to say Dayton, Ohio, but it's Dayton, Oregon. They have a new released whiskey on July 31st.
And they're not saying what it is.
They're not saying what it is. So we are actually going to go there and do a show, and we were going to review a cigar with that particular spirit with Steve, the master distiller.
And that's the 24th.
That's the 28th.
28th. Just kidding.
28th, the fourth Saturday of the month. So every second and fourth Saturday, Branch Point Distillers is doing a cigar and whiskey event. So if you can't make it on the 28th, go try out the new whiskey on the 14th. And check them out. It's not that far away. Took me an hour to get there from the Couve. So and that was like 1, 2 o'clock traffic in the afternoon.
But you guys also stopped in McMinnville too.
Yeah. Well, it took me a little over an hour to get to McMinnville. Now that they have the new bypass built out.
Yeah.
So you can bypass Dundee completely if you are wanting to get there real quick. Otherwise, take the slow roll and go through Newburgh and get there the slow way.
Yeah.
So on August 13th and 14th, right here in Camas, Washington, there is the Northwest Cigar Festival. So I'm going to read it off here. There's 2 nights. If you do both Friday and Saturday, that's a VIP ticket. And this is the 6th year of the event, but it's their first year in actual downtown Camas. Before they used to be in the parking lot there on 192nd over by where Broadway Cigars is. So Broadway's not affiliated with this event and never has. So just so you know, it's not a Broadway event. So
Now they're doing this from the Safeway parking lot in Camas, right?
no, it's going to be at the old Wesley Ford Body Shop, which is on the corner of 3rd and Birch. So it's a ticketed event. They're probably having between 75 and 100 guests from around the area and around the state. The people come down from Seattle and stuff. So, but that is the limit. So if you're interested in going, get your tickets before they sell out. The guests receive a gift bag valued at equal the cost of their ticket. And then they provide, in addition to that, food, drinks, music, conversation, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So on the VIP, Ricky Rodriguez from CAO will be on hand. On Saturday, Sean Williams from Cohiba will actually be on hand. So, and you'll have vendors. General Cigar will be there. So Tony Monahan and Patrick DeWitt, and probably a few others.
Yeah.
So it should be a really good time. And Smoking Salads will be doing a live show there from 7 to 8 p.m. during the event. So. Yep, lots of little travel for the traveling band.
Right.
Just all come up in this last week. So if you
I mean,
want
we have talked about doing Smoking Salads on location.
well, the Northwest Cigar Fest, I'm going to go one further and say we will be doing audience participation giveaways. So there's various cigars, T-shirts, hats, lighters, those kinds of things. So we will be doing some kind of giveaway. So we'll be throwing questions out to the audience or something like that, and the first one to come up with an answer will win one of these prizes.
Right.
So because there should be a captured audience of 75 to 100 people. So
Yeah.
it should be good. So looking forward to seeing everybody there, including you, Chris Wilson, because I know you're going there. So Chris Wilson, this is probably his 3rd time going. But
Okay.
I didn't go last year. Well, nobody went last year because of COVID. But the year before, I didn't go, but I stopped in, and Chris was there. And a lot of the same people go from just all kinds of different areas. So you meet all kinds of people. And when you go there, they all remember who you are. And the conversation's great. It's a great time.
Yeah.
So I highly encourage you to go. And again, it is not affiliated with Broadway. So
Very nice. So how are you feeling about? I mean, I know you've been talking a little bit, but how do you feel? Still like the pairing? Any note changes?
Well, I'll have to risk dead air to do some more tasting. But no, I mean I'm still digging. I'm not really paying attention. That's the challenge when you only have 2 people because you're trying to taste and then there's some dead air.
Right.
You need a third person who likes
He's
to
just
talk.
he's just being silent.
Well,
tonight.
like me.
Quiet.
Oh
So,
yeah,
or like
you wanted
Bob.
airtime.
If you like Smoking Salads, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. We need subscribers.
Yeah, the more subscribers we have, the better the show can be. And if you're interested in the shirt, let me know. Shoot a note to the Facebook Smoking Salads page, and we'll make sure we can get you hooked up. So, because they're really, really good, high quality shirts, and I think when we wear these to the shows, I'm digging mine, man.
This shirt.
Great colors, great feel to the shirt.
The fabric is fantastic. Like it's a little on the it's a heavier fabric, but I feel like I could wear this.
But it breathes really well.
Oh yeah.
Well, he's a lightweight, so he can use a heavier fabric.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Ryan. I won't be 200 pounds. I think I've said that before. The local Herf group has a bet going on the weight I will be on me and Jessica's 1-year wedding anniversary.
Well, wouldn't they be gaining weight for you
Yeah.
at 200?
Yeah.
I think you're going to gain weight before that.
Yeah. He thinks that by the 1-year wedding anniversary, I will be 200 pounds.
Oh, okay.
I'm currently 165. I don't think I'm going to gain 35 pounds. Jessica is an amazing cook and one of the best bakers I've ever known.
So you're 165 now?
I'd have to gain 35 pounds. There's no way.
Anybody put a number in for like 180?
I think Josh did. Dan Numbers said that I was only going to gain 5 pounds.
5 to 10.
Josh has a secondary bet. He thinks that I'm going to lose weight before the wedding, and then I'm going to gain 5 pounds up into the 1 year.
So you'll gain nothing.
Exactly. I will be this weight.
All right, so we're gonna have to. Have you guys marked this on the calendar?
Yeah, it's gonna be September 18th, 2022. Will be the deciding factor.
Be the weigh-in.
Will be the weigh-in.
Now, is that with clothes?
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna get naked for them. That's just weird.
I mean, yeah, gross.
That's just weird. I like the guys, just I don't like them that much.
You don't want to prance around naked?
I'll do that for my wife. I will not do that for the guys.
That's right. We're gonna ask her to film it.
She won't do it.
Maybe for some money.
It's got to be a very large, substantial amount of money. How about you pay off our mortgage?
Yeah, how about you bite me?
Then see, it's not going to happen.
Well, maybe if I win the lotto, then I could, take out what you guys owe on the house and wave it in front of you and say, nan.
Great. Thanks.
And then go give it to, like, some homeless person and just watch them just stick it right into their arm.
Or their sock. Or their...
No, I mean stick it into their arm.
Oh, jeez.
Slowly. So,
yikes.
Yeah. So, all right. So, yeah, for me, it's a great pairing. It's excellent.
What do you think about the price point? Definitely worth the price point?
Definitely worth the price point. I mean, there's so many more ryes out there that cost more that are not as good as this. So a lot of them.
Yeah, for $50 for a rye, this is fantastic.
Yeah, this is for nowadays $50 for a decent rye, that's not much.
No.
So I mean, yeah, it's gone up over COVID because everybody was flooding the markets, right? So everything's kind of gone up.
Jessica said that they were seeing $2,000-3,000 extra dollars when she worked for Estacada, a liquor company during COVID. She said that they were making that much more money because of COVID.
Per month.
Per month.
Oh yeah, it's another boom.
If not per day.
Like when Washington State, got away from the state-run liquor stores, everybody rushed over to Oregon because now it's 30% cheaper in Oregon. So all the Oregon borderline liquor stores just were making bank.
Oh yeah.
So it was like Christmas every day for them. So yeah, Oregon hasn't screwed that up yet. But they're focused on punishing tobacco smokers and stuff. And
right.
I think the next one is probably going to be soda, pop, whatever.
Yeah.
So all right, well, what do you say we close it off so we can enjoy some more and do some smoking salads after hours with our audience over there.
Yeah, I do apologize that I do not have. Next week will be the week that I will be supplying the spirit and cigars. And I have been so busy with the fact that Jess and I are dealing with the wedding and buying a house that I haven't had a chance to look at it. Dean, shut up. Dean, just go back to sleep. There you go. There you go. Oh, snapped his neck.
Yep. Wake up. Yep.
So.
Okay, well, with that, we want to wish everybody a good evening and enjoy smoking salads. Good night, everybody.
That was a good show.
Well, we didn't really talk about what we were going to talk about. So, for some reason, my brain isn't in the joke stuff that got me there. Yeah. So,
we had an NPR smoking salad show. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people. Bob, my mic was.
I'm a cigar man. I'm a cigar man. Big up, baby. You know I'm smoking.